the stream ever goes down on YouTube because I don't know what the hell happens with my rig. It has a mind of its own sometimes. Um, you could also check out the stream on Facebook, Instagram. Usually, right now, I'm not streaming on Instagram. I don't know why. It's actually because I just didn't feel like putting my phone up there. But you could just come check it out on there and watch the stream. So yeah, so I got killifish. They're in the tank with Siamese algae eaters, electric blue ram, cherry barbs, Harlequin rasbores, which the Harlequin rasbores was kind of picking on the male a little bit. I don't know what that's about. So, yeah, we're back. Sorry, my bad, guys. My bad. Let me grab my drink. Fishtown, Flushing? No, not Fishtown, Flushing. Fishtown in Ramsey, New Jersey. Flushing is just way too far of a drive now, especially now that I live in Jersey. But even when I lived in Staten Island, still driving all the way that far to go to that store was like, I went there twice, and I mean it's a decent store, but I wasn't really that impressed. I guess I don't know. My thing is I don't ever like it when a fish store owner sells aquatic plant or non-aquatic plants as aquatic plants, and Fishtown in Flushing does. They have the typical plants that you would find at Petco that may not be truly aquatic, and they sell them as truly aquatic. They say this is an aquarium plant. I'm like, it's not though. So I hate that. I hate that. It absolutely irks me because you when people get those plants in their tank and they die and then they're like, screw this, I'm never going to buy plants again, you ruin that for that person. So, like, I hate that. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. Evan has a green thumb for sure. That he does. Evan's a great guy. And, like, he has these huge tanks. I don't even know. They're maybe like 150 gallons or something like that. Or, well, there's one big one. And he has like just a little bit of water, a couple inches of water in it, and then he has plants in net baskets that are growing in there, and then the rest are growing up, but they're in a really humidified setting, so they transition very well. And I was actually thinking about replicating it. The only problem is some plants can do that, some plants can't. So you really have to. It's tricky on what type of plant's going to be able to transition well into that kind of setup. So I really like his setup, but yeah. Hey Dylan, what's going on? Ralph Noble. What's going on, Ralph? On Periscope. You guys can also check us out there. So Instagram, Twitch, also Twitch TV if you at all like Twitch better. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. It is freezing down in this basement right now. I guess I should actually shut that door, but I'll get around to it later. I also finally changed the lock on the downstairs here. I actually did not have a key because we have a third entry door. So we have one in the back of the house, one in the front of the house, and then I have one for the basement here, which is perfect because it allows me to bring stuff down, right from our driveway, which is awesome. But I didn't have a key for it. So I'd have to come in through the house, go down the stairs, over to the door, open the door, and go out. And, like, it's been just a nightmare because, like, I'll come home and I'll, like, need something from the basement. And I'm like, I don't feel like going all the way upstairs and around. So I finally just installed a bolt lock that I have the key for, and I can just open it up as I want. And, yeah, that was something else I did today. It's gonna make the world of difference, believe me. That one little minute difference of being able to unlock it from the outside here is way better. He seems to do that a lot with Anubis and Javas. Yeah, it's really nice. Beta Pop, hello. No turbo lag from Periscope. Welcome. What is the Anubis on your website that does not have a picture? So it's Anubis Nangi. I'll show you. It's actually pretty cool looking. So it's a bit like Anubis Nana and Anubis Barteri. I wouldn't quite say it's going to get as big as Anubis Barteri would, but it's definitely bigger than Nana. And its leaves are slightly elongated, where Nana and Barteri's are more rounded, but these are slightly more longer, which is actually really nice. It's great Anubis for low-tech tanks. Or any tank, I guess, really, but it's a good piece of Anubis. I just wanted to mix it up. Typically I order the same stuff from the nursery week in and week out. I do want to get additional plants that, I have available that I can order. I just don't have room yet for them. So they were out of all the regular Anubis that I normally order, like Anubis Nana, Anubis Barteri, and stuff like that. So I want to be able to give people options that are similar. That's a great similar plant to those if you want it. Same conditions, same thing. Most Anubis will live in that same stuff. Going to order some next time and use my code. Awesome. Yeah, so that, depending on how it sells, if I sit on the bunch of that I have for 3 weeks and it doesn't sell, I probably won't order it again because nobody knows what it is. Nobody's gonna buy it. I know it doesn't help that I don't have a picture up on the website. I gotta get to that. Probably after this, I'll take a picture of it. Yeah. So if people like it, buy it up. Like people buy up Red Tiger Lotus, which I bought 40 more of that are on the website. I'll buy more of that. But if they don't, then yeah. Let's see. Your plants look awesome. Definitely have to buy some from you someday. Well, thank you, Beta Pop. I hope you do. Going to order some next time and use my code. Nice, Dylan. I want to grow some Anubis above water. Any tips? Oh shoot. Guys on Facebook, I apologize. I don't know why my chat wasn't scrolling. I have a list of questions, so I'm going to get to that in just 1 second. Let me just answer this. So if you want to grow Anubis above the water, you got to keep it with humidity. So if you do want to do that, I would say maybe get a tall tank. Keep the tank only like 3/4 filled so there's more of a space above it, and put a tight fitting lid on it so it keeps humidity in there, and then you'll allow it to grow up. Mine is actually growing out of my 55. You can't quite see it yet, but it's actually just breaking out of my lids right now, and then pretty soon it's probably going to be as taller than the lid if it keeps growing. And it's doing fine, but I expect the leaf to eventually melt or burn up or something because it's not going to be confined with moisture. So just keep that in mind. I should be doing homework, but hey, well, hang out with me for a little bit longer, about 20 more minutes or so, and then we'll go over that. Beta temps 78 to 82, 20 to 28 degrees Celsius. Sorry, Aussie here, forgot to say in Fahrenheit. That's fine. What do you use to test your water? My strips tests at 10. My liquid came out at 80. I use liquid, but what kind of strips do you use, Steven? Because if you use the one of them sucks. There's one really good one, and one of them really sucks. I forget which brand it is. Corey knows. Corey from Aquarium Co-op knows. He says it all the time. Call your garbage company. Sometimes they do large pickups twice a year. At least here in Cali, they do. I renovated my house and had them haul it away. That's awesome. Nope, bad idea. PM me. I'll give you my number to send pictures. Tell me, spoil it. We won't tell anybody. German blue rams, the pistos, loaches, arowana, rams, not rams, the pistos, mollies. Mollies, pearl danio plants. Hey Justin, ever have a problem with your all-in-one fertilizer congealing in the pump I'm using Thrive by Nalek, and I'm having problems with pumps getting all jammed up. I'm thinking it's from the iron. It could possibly be from the iron. If you're keeping it in a window and it's getting direct sunlight, then you're probably getting like that water mold that grows in there, which is completely fine, but it does kind of gunk up the pump. So I'd suggest keeping it in the dark shade or something like that. API strips suck. So it's API that sucks. The test strips themselves from API, horrible. Liquid test kit, awesome. Tetra test strips are what you want to get. I believe those are the better ones. If you really need advice on plumbing, PM me. I will give you my number and I send you pictures so I can let you know how to do it. I'm a licensed master plumber. Steven, just message me so I have your contact, because I probably won't be able to find you after this, but message me on my Facebook page, and if you wouldn't mind helping me out or giving me some guidance on how to go about fixing or doing what I want to do, that would be awesome. Justin, in about a month or two, I'm going to have 3 blue-lipped buffalo head cichlids that I'm going to be getting rid of. I'm wanting for them to grow out so I can sex them. Would you be interested in 1, 2, and 3? I have no idea what kind of cichlid that is. If it's a typical African cichlid that is, like the yellow labs, I don't want it, and that's nothing against them. It's just I don't like those type of cichlids. If it's something like an electric blue ram, and it's in like that genre of cichlids, like discus and stuff, I may be interested. It really depends. And it depends on if they're compatible with my community tank, because right now I don't have any other tank set up to house them. But when I cleared the space over here, I'm gonna zip my lips. I'm not gonna give you guys what I'm gonna do in that space. That's gonna be a surprise. I have Nangi, very awesome plant. Is it necessary to put soil in it? Dubo thinks plants survive without soil. So I have that tank all the way at the edge there, and on YouTube, that tank there has no substrate whatsoever in it, and plants are growing just fine. So you don't need a substrate. Kind of like, you should have a substrate. By all means, get a substrate. It doesn't need to be soil. It could be anything. It could be sand. It could be rocks. It could be or gravel. It could be Eco-Complete. It could be fluorite. But I am growing plants with no substrate just fine, and I'm growing stem plants. Now, I wouldn't put like an Amazon sword there and expect that to grow, although it probably would if I give it enough light. But the substrate helps. It helps keeps nutrients, bacteria, all that good stuff. So I don't recommend it for everybody. I'm testing it out to see what happens, because it's all about experimenting. And yeah, it's in my tank stands, dark areas, and cool. And thanks for the reply, bud. If you happen to look them up and you're interested, just send me a message. I'll send you them for the cost of a shout out. Alright, Joseph, I'll take a look. What are those plant? Do they need CO2 tanks? The plants in what? The one without substrate? The one without substrate has a mixture of a lot of plants that don't need substrate, so like Anubis, Java Fern, banana plants, Tiger Lotus, stuff like that. And it actually does have several stem plants that are growing without substrate. Now, keep in mind, though, the stem plants that I have in there are basically weeds. So they're like Ludwigia, Hygrows, Creeping Jenny. They're plants that grow extremely fast, that you would find in like a stream, and it would just kind of take over. That they're basically invasive species. But they are growing without a substrate, so, Granted, some of the bottoms are actually melting out. I don't know if that's just because how I have them mounted. They're tied up with a lead weight, so that way they stay down. Could be that. I don't know. I do know they're growing. I've had to trim the Creeping Jenny twice already, and the Ludwigia once. Actually, no, the Ludwigia got trimmed twice also, and the third time will be this week. So I will have plenty of stem plants back in stock very, very soon. So if you guys were looking for stem plants, those will be coming in extremely short amount of time. Not all the stem plants on my site, but a good majority of the stuff that the beginners and maybe the somewhat experienced people might want. Nothing really that rare just yet, but I do have somebody that's currently growing out a ton of plants for me because I told them, I'm like, listen, you have a list. They sent me 2 pages full of all the plants that they have in their tanks. I'm like, I want 5 to 10 of everything. So as soon as I get the other tank set up underneath these, once I get the stands built, I will be getting that order in, and there will be tons of rare hard stems on the website. Thanks, mate. It really helped me a lot. You're welcome, Patrick. My plants came in Thursday and safe and sound. Thanks for the micro sword. It's appreciated. You're welcome, Floyd. I'm glad you enjoyed. Yeah, we had ordered I had made the mistake, and instead of ordering a 6x6 block of micro sword, I ordered a 12x12 block of micro sword, and that was too much. So, can too much light kill a sidekick Java fern? My 15-year-old fern, Huge, is dying. The only thing I changed is a new 24/7 light rather than the T5. So, changing Java ferns. See, this is the thing. Java ferns, while they're extremely easy to grow, they are very sensitive to changes. I realized this even in my own tank. So in my 55 right now, there's this huge block of Java fern. Literally, like, I had this piece of driftwood. It has covered the driftwood. It's been in there for a year, 2 years, and it's covered it. When we moved the tank into the other room at the old apartment, it was fine. And then I don't know what I did. Maybe I changed the CO2 slightly or whatever. But it almost, like 80% of it melted. It all grew back, but all the existing leaves died. I got a bunch of babies out of it, but new leaves came up. So they are very sensitive to new conditions, it seems like, at least in my personal experience with it. So what I would say is it's going to come back. Java fern is one of those things that you don't have to worry about. It will come back. Just leave it be. Don't mess with it too much. Don't change other things. Just kind of let it be and just, take your time with it. Patience. It will come back. What did I miss? Did he say how they almost died yet? Yeah, Davey. So we touched on that earlier in the live stream if you missed it. Basically, huge amounts of carbon monoxide built up overnight. The whole story could be watched at the beginning of the live stream if you want to check it out. It's like the first 15 minutes of it. And everybody is safe, so don't worry. Everything's all right. We are without heat right now, but our furnace is being replaced tomorrow anyway. That was already besides the whole carbon monoxide poisoning thing going on. We already had that. But yeah, you could go back into the first 15 minutes of the live stream and check out the whole thing. Let's see. Hey, how do you make your shelves for the Anubis? So, Dylan, I actually order them from my supplier, which is on my website, Ledges Aquatics. If you want to, message him, he can build you custom ones if you want. I sell average ones that I think people would like in their tank. He has a much larger selection on his website. It's just I don't want to take all his products and put them on my website because, one, that's a lot of cash that I have to tie up in that stuff, and they don't sell that well, but I'd like to be able to offer them to customers that may want them. That way you don't have to pay for 2 sets of shipping. Like, if you only need 1 ledge, you can order from me with your plants rather than having to order it from him and pay double the shipping, So, yeah. Do you have plans for a grow-out pond for the summer? Not this summer. Definitely not this summer. Not with everything else that is going on. But possibly at another summer. I would like to. I would like to test some things also, and we also have the shed back there, which I was debating on maybe using a small corner of it for something. But we'll see. I still have to build that shed and build workbench and stuff in there as well. Thanks, Davey. Yeah, we're okay. A little, it sucks because I only got 2 hours of sleep last night because I went to bed so late. But yeah, everybody's all right. What do I win for guessing the new fish in your tank? Jake, shush. You don't get to guess. You don't get to win anything, Jake, anymore. Employees are excluded from all contests, and all employees' relatives and girlfriends. Are they sharp at all? The ledges do have kind of sharp edges. I asked him if he had anybody ever say that their fish got hurt by it. He said he's never had anybody say anything about it. They are able to be filed down. So if you're worried about the sharp edge, you could take a metal file and just file them down slightly and create a curve rather than an edge, and you'll be completely fine. So 1,600-gallon pond. No 1,600-gallon pond. I'm an employee now. I thought I was just a personal assistant. Well, you're that too. Jake, go get me a keyboard. I need a keyboard. My keyboard broke. I can't print out orders. I can't do anything. I'm surprised I even got this to run. Unpaid intern. Actually, Jake's getting paid. So... I should just tell him you're going to get paid in plants. That's it. Alright guys, I'm gonna keep the stream on for about another 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna head out for the night. I'm exhausted. I need bed rest. And you can't quite tell in here because Jake broke the light that's over there. When we were demoing some stuff, I actually got the piece to fix it, but I just didn't get around to it yet. It's a whole lot brighter down here because I got these nice LED bulbs for the couple fixtures that I do have down here. It's not really showing up on camera all that well, but it is bright down here. It's much nicer. It's daylight. It's the same bulbs that I have for my like regular studio type lighting, but now the whole basement is lit by it. And being that it's all open, it looks so much nicer. I love how this basement's coming out. There's still some more demo involved, like the columns here that you see with wood on them. Those I want to take the wood off of and expose them. They should look like the cinder block that's over here. So yeah. What in your future for the plant hobby? Well, Bobby, hopefully one day that I can, get out of this basement and have a huge warehouse or facility devoted to growing every plant that I can get my hands on. And then also coming out with lines of products that are exclusive to the planted hobby and other aquarium hobbies, and something that's a good quality. While a lot of the companies have been stepping up and making more plant friendly like lighting and substrates and all that, I feel like it could still get better, and I think it could be a bit more cost effective for the consumer at the end of it. So I want to see one day about possibly having my own line of LEDs that are cheaper than the big name brands, but way better at it, or possibly they're more expensive than the big name brands, but you're getting a better quality light. So it all depends. Quality is always key, though. I want to provide quality over cheap, just because it's cheap. I don't like that whole like, well, I'm gonna get you a cheap light, but if I can make it better, I want to make it better. I'll just have to charge more, which is fine. Justin pays you in beard care tips. Yes, I didn't break it. He doesn't have proof. You did break it. You broke it. Do you know when you'll be offering red roof floaters again? They're taking a little bit. So I moved them into the tub down there with the red and blue lights on them. They haven't really grown as fast as I thought they were going to grow. Like in my 55, they were growing out of control. So I may toss them back in the 55, just leave them in there and let them grow out, and then sell them as I do. Make them cheaper than Dustin's. I make them with 3 diodes. Now I wanna get some good stuff. Did I break it though? I'll expose you for the plants. Oh God. Don't make me expose you. Shut up, Jake. You're not allowed to talk about confidential information. It is cold down here. I am not liking this cold. This is why I still have heaters in the tanks, because it's going to get cold down here tonight, and the tanks are going to probably get a little chilly as well. Are you just always cold? You were cold last night when the heat was blasting. Yeah, I'm naturally cold. I forgot to close my windows this afternoon, so my house is like 60 degrees. Well, we haven't been able to keep the heat on since this morning, so we've had zero heat in the house, and today's actually going to be a little chilly tonight. So I'm hoping that I might have to break out the electric space heaters temporarily. I can't even turn the heat on anymore because I have a bunch of wires across the radiator. Why do you have wires across the radiators? Better hope Margaret is in the cuddling mood. Margaret's in the I need to go to sleep mood. And I have a baby button quill under... Oh, baby button quill under a heat lamp. And if I turn the heat on, it could get too hot. Oh, I see. Okay. I don't know what a baby button quill is. Or quail? Is it quail? Is that the little tiny bird? Oh my, what have I stumbled upon? Welcome, Evan Go... I can't even pronounce that. Just gonna say Evan. How's it going? This is my operation. I grow weeds. Not weed, weeds. Aquarium plants. Joseph says, gotta go for now. Hit me up if you want those fish. Later, bro. Alright, later, Joseph. Yeah, it's a kind of quill. Okay. Or quail. Size of a bumblebee at hatch. Damn, that's mad small. What? How do you even... How does that even, like, function? That's mad tiny. That's, like, that big. I want those fish. What, the cichlids he was saying, Jake? You weirdo. You just want every fish. Jake, some of the bacopa came up in this tank. You want to come over here and plant it again? I don't feel like doing it. No way, it's the size of a bumblebee at hatch. I'll send you photos after the stream. Yeah, I want to see this. That's like a penny. Yeah, word, that's like a penny. Buy a shrimp model. Buy a shrimp model. This must be one of the most eye-opening moments of my entire life. How does one even get to this point? I'm genuinely curious. What moment in your life determined that this is what you wanted to do for a living? Well, one, I don't do it for a full living yet. This is a part-time hustle. Um, let's see. I started keeping aquariums over 2 years ago now, because 2 years actually was the beginning of May, which is actually kind of short if you think about it, being in the industry. But so 2 years ago, I got my first fish tank. Probably about a month after that, I discovered plants, and I'm like, these are awesome. I was actually also getting into gardening at that same time, so I guess that green thumb kind of transitioned over to aquarium plants. I realized there was hundreds of different species, and I'm like, wow, this is awesome. It was like collecting things. And so then I started collecting some of the plants in my one fish tank that I had, and I started getting it growing nice and had a nicely scaped tank, as they call it. And I was like blown away by it. I'm like, I love this. But my one thing is, I was like, it was difficult to track down the plants that I wanted. So I'm like, this kind of sucks. There's got to be a better way. So I'm like looking at it, and like there's some websites and they sell it, but their shipping was too much, or they're charging an arm and a leg for stuff, or they didn't have good reviews, or whatever the case was, or you just didn't know if you could trust them or not. So I'm like, there's got to be a better way. So I sat there for about 6 months thinking I should start a business around this. I felt that I could provide a better quality product at either the same price, possibly cheaper, or slightly higher. I could be able to support the people that support me in return. Hence why I do a lot of giveaways on social media. I answer pretty much every question that comes across via email, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is. I may not answer it immediately, but I do answer it eventually. It does take some time when you got, now it's actually gotten way more than what it was. It's like, it went from, maybe like 10 to 20 emails a day, or 10 to 20 messages a day. Now I'm getting like a lot. I'm getting way more than that. And I'm like, oh my God, like half my day is devoted to answering questions, but that's okay. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Jasmine, you're not a bother. I know Jasmine thinks she's a bother. Jasmine, you're not a bother. So yeah, let's see, it's May now. I started this the concept came together in July. I launched August 1st. So that's August, September, October, November, December. So that's 10 months. 10 months we've been at it. And, yeah, things have exploded. It all started because I watched one Gary Vaynerchuk video, and it was the first time I was watching him. I watched like 3 of his videos. One of them really hit home, and it was like one of these: you either are going to start or you're not going to start. Don't be half pregnant about it. And I'm like, you're right, because I was sitting on that borderline for like a good 6 months. I kept telling Margaret, I'm like, listen, I think I should sell plants, because I was selling plants, but only what was in my one fish tank at the time. I was like, people are still buying these from me. There's a demand, and I was just like, I can make what I'm very passionate about into a business, and in return also give back to the community. It's a win-win-win. I get to do something that I love doing. I get to supply a quality product. I get to be able to help people out. And so I came up with the concept. I literally sat there. I watched the video from Gary. It was, I think, July 11th. And by July 12th, I already picked out the website name. I picked out the company name. I registered all the stuff. And I started building the website. So, nothing like inspirational videos to stir the plant and tank juices. Yeah. No, it was just, it was one of those. It's, I for a long time. So for those of you that may not know, about 5 or 6 years ago, I was actually on YouTube as a video game video creator. I did Let's Plays and stuff like that. I got burnt out on that because I stopped enjoying making videos, because it was it was a lot of work. with very little return. And on top of that, I just felt like it was the same thing. It was repetitive over and over and over again. I didn't feel like I was going anywhere. And also there was other stuff with who I was with at the time and issues with that and all that. So it made the channel suffer. It made me not happy, and so I stopped doing it. Then from that point up until recently when I started this, I felt very almost like I was wasting my life away in a sense. Like, don't get me wrong, like I'm happy, you know, with Margaret and all that, but I felt like I wasn't accomplishing anything. Like I felt like nothing was getting done. I was like, I have all this extra time, and I'm like, I could be doing something productive. I'm like, why am I not doing something productive? You know, I'd sit there and I play, you know, Pokemon on Game Boy and kill some time that way, and like some other stuff. But I'm like, I felt like I'm gonna be 50 years old and have just worked for a company my entire life and never have done anything. Like I've always had this urge to build something. I just never. I don't come up from a financially stable world. You know, neither of my parents were financially stable growing up. I'm not financially stable. I don't know anybody that, you know, is financially stable. I've never been in that kind of thing. So I've been learning over the last couple of years to adjust that. And what was your gaming channel big? Yeah, at its peak, and this was years ago, mind you, I had 30,000 subscribers. At the time, the biggest gaming people were like just hitting 100K. So like, I was up there. Like there, you know, I don't want to like make myself sound big, but I was growing my channel. It was progressing, but things happened that I just couldn't do it. I got burnt out on it. It just wasn't fun anymore, and all that stuff. So yeah, it was pretty much, I felt like I was making videos because I had to, not because I wanted to, and so that it killed it for me. This is a lot different because this is educational, and this is what I like so much about doing these videos. Thanks, Jake, for dropping the link to my old channel. That is why I like doing these videos and doing this doing these Q&As and live streams and stuff like that, because it allows me to interact with you. Well, yeah, you could leave a comment on a video and like I can reply. It's a lot different. Like you can actually, we can have a conversation in a sense that you can you could ask me questions, I could reply, and like continue the conversation. So that's why these are so much different. Where gaming YouTube is like you have to try and be entertaining, and I don't think I'm entertaining. I don't think I have that personality. I think I'm a very factual guy. I think I'm a very fact-oriented person. Like I research a lot, and I think that I can relay the information that I've discovered, and that's why I did all this. But yeah, so let me answer a couple of these questions here. Casey wants to know, how did I almost die? Carbon monoxide poisoning almost happened, so go check it out in the beginning of the video. First 15 minutes of the stream will tell you what happened. How long did it take you to set things up? So the website, so I registered the website, I believe, July 12th. By August 1st, the website was done, but I wasn't selling plants until September 1st because, one, I didn't have the inventory yet. I was still setting up tanks and stuff like that and getting those ready. And two, I had to wait on my tax certificate and registering the business and all that to be able to commence. I didn't want to start selling stuff and find myself in trouble with the state or the federal. The carbon monoxide leak was from the furnace, I believe. I don't know exactly yet. I'm pretty sure it was because the water boiler hasn't been giving me any issues. But I'm worried that there might be a clog in the flue because both of them go to the same flue pipe, and if there's a clog somewhere in that flue pipe, then that would have allowed the carbon monoxide to seep back into the house. So I'm glad you and your family are okay, Justin. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're fine. Everybody's fine. It sucks right now we're without heat, but I mean, it's not terribly cold. Luckily, it's, spring and not the middle of winter. So, and we're getting everything changed out tomorrow anyway. That was already on like our list of things to do. Like I already have the guy scheduled. He's coming tomorrow, to replace everything, which actually reminded me I have to transfer money. So we'll be good. What's on your shirt today? USA! USA! Captain America. Good thing it didn't happen when I was there. I would have died. Well, Jake, it was probably leaking while you were here. The other night when I felt sick, I'm pretty sure that was from the furnace. So, obviously, it wasn't built up nearly as much as it was, but there was probably some carbon monoxide going on down here. Jeez, man, I'm telling you, that's not a good thing. Yeah, luckily, if it is the furnace, which I'm like 99% it's the furnace, I don't think there's a clog in the flue, because unless it just happened, that could be a thing. But it's definitely not the water boiler. It's like 99% the furnace. If it is the furnace, that's fine, because that shit's getting ripped out tomorrow anyway, and I'm getting new HVAC system installed. So, yeah. I'm not worried about it. Oh, also I want to take this time, if anybody's going to Reefapalooza, New York in June, I will be there. So feel free to come up and say hello. I'm going to be giving out free plants, I think. If not, I'm going to be giving out free codes for the website. So if you see me there, come up to me, say hi, and let me know. And I will give you either a coupon code or free plants, whatever I have on me. So the coupon code will be to get free plants from the website. So. Hi, I'm in the New York area. Do you recommend guppy or cherry shrimp breeders, or will you be breeding them in the future? So Pedro, I don't breed any kind of livestock yet, and most likely probably won't. I want to say yet because you never know, I may change my mind in the future. But right now I'm saying I probably won't because of my ethical reasons. I'm not against shipping animals. It's just or anything like that. It's just I feel like if I ship an animal, somebody gets it and it's died during shipping, I would feel terrible, and because I'm an animal lover, and I would be like, I caused that animal to die. So even though and like raising it up from like a baby, forget about it. I'd be like all sorts of chaos. But yeah. Locally, I don't know any particular breeders, but you can go on Facebook and go to New York Planted Tanks. That's a good group of people locally that may be able to help you with finding those particular breeders. I don't know any offhand, though. Damn, I should have made you pay me extra for exposing me to silent death. My body reacts to it super quick because I'm so tiny. Yeah, I was about to say that, let alone you did all the work. Why do all these events have to be so far away? I will be going to the Chicago Aquatic Experience also in November, so if you guys live in that area, I will be going to that. Are you vegetarian? I am a vegetarian, almost nearly vegan. And I don't judge you if you're not. That is completely fine. You choose to put in your body as I choose to put in my body. I breeded little guppies. I used to breed guppies. Then they all just dropped dead. Honestly, I did all the work. Jake, really? Jake wants to say he did all the work. About to start a phase out of it, though. Jake didn't do all the work. He thinks he did. Oh, shoot. We're over by 10 minutes, guys. I'm going to wrap this up in 5 minutes. So if you have any other questions, feel free to ask. If not, we'll just hang out and do whatever. How's it going, Roy? On Facebook? I threw everything outside. This guy just hit walls. Jake, you're supposed to be the muscles, alright? Don't worry, Jake. I'll have more stuff for you to toss out. I actually might be getting that dumpster. I might just order it. Casey witnessed me do all the work on Facebook Live. You pick things up, you put them down. Listen, that's part of the job description, all right? You may have to pick things up and put them down. Should I be your bodyguard too? I don't know, Jake. You couldn't lift that bag that I could lift. If I could lift it and you can't, I think there's something wrong there. Jake was like, the bag's heavy. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I left it like this, and I'm a scrawny dude. Jake's twice my size. Come on, Jake. Go to the gym. Look at these guns. Look at that gun. Oh, that gun's wimpy. I could push it up more. While he sat around and ate food. I did not. Did he even offer you food? Margaret got food. Margaret cooked for him before she cooked for me. Oh, come on. Jake got treated like a king. Margaret fed you. Hey, and I bought pizza and I bought sushi. So this kid's come to work 3 days and has got fed all 3 times. Okay? Don't worry about that. Jake's well taken care of. And you still broke my light. Jake, you're going to come and fix this light. I'm going to show you how to do it, and you're going to fix it. Yeah, Margaret came in drunk on Friday night and was so mad at me. Oh, if you guys missed the Facebook stream, it was hilarious. That sushi was good. Where did we order that from? I don't even know where I ordered that from. Man, I want to quit my job and come work there. See? I want more crunchy sushi. Now I want sushi. Thanks, Jake. Now I gotta go upstairs and make something to eat because now I'm hungry. Jasmine, you won't get paid as well as you do at your job. I never actually had sushi. What? Sushi's delicious. Jasmine makes bank. Jasmine, you sell those chicken eggs and make banks? Is that what's going on there? Making bank off chicken eggs? The fish guy says, Justin, are you making me something too? Or Justin is saying that I said it because I did say, I'm like, are you making me something too? And then she says, no, F off. It's great. And then she still gave me food though. She was nice. One time I had to bring my beta to work with me because I bought him on my lunch break. Oh. I'm not saying you don't pay well, Justin. I'm saying she makes like 12 because of her state minimum's wage cap. Oh, damn. I think Jersey's raising soon, and New York's going up to like $15 an hour very soon. So, nah, I too pick things up and put them down, and then put them together. Jasmine, do you work at IKEA? I feel like you work at IKEA. Oh, did you show her the stream of her last night though, Justin? No, I didn't. I didn't show her the stream. I should have. I should have been like, this is what you act like. I think that's the first time I got her on video drunk like that. But that's not even her worst drunk. I've seen worse. It's hilarious though. I just I can't do anything but laugh at it. It's too humorous. It is really cold down here, damn. Doesn't help that this door is open back here. I should probably shut this. That door just lets a whole lot of draft in right from there. Oh, that's... New York is also adding like 3 new airports. Are they really? Jesus. Yeah, I should show her. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out. I'm a cashier, basically run the whole store on my manager's days off, assemble furniture, and I'm a salesperson. Oh, nice. So you do it all. Nice. Should get paid more. Tell him you want to race. Alright, so I'm gonna be heading out, guys. I need to go get another couple hours of sleep. And hopefully not freeze during it. I want to thank you guys for hanging out on this late live stream on Sunday. Orders will be shipping out Tuesday if you have a pending order. If you haven't placed an order and you want your plans, be sure to do it before tomorrow afternoon, and then we'll ship out Tuesday, so that way you can get your plans, because I'm not going to be shipping until next week during all this chaos of the construction and all that. And Wednesday is still up in the air. Just follow the page, hit the bell, and all that good stuff. Facebook, Instagram, and you'll see when I'm going live. All right? I hope you all have a nice rest of your week. And invest in carbon monoxide detectors. That's the rule of thumb today. Get carbon monoxide detectors. All right, guys. I'll see you later. I don't even know how I'm going to shut down my computer. No keyboard. Just have to do mouse. All right. Later, guys.